This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel, and they're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. First carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's upended at the 33. Following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Got an open man, it's Schwartz. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches, so as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good.
These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in Week 2. And it was the visiting Browns who got the victory then, so they'll look for the season sweep here in Cleveland.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Burrow.
Swings this out for Hunt.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. They set up the screen to Chubb. Oh, fighting off the defender. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Now it's Burrow.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
31 yards on the punt there. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. A collegiate star here in the Buckeye State, it's J.K. Dobbins. And the linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle. Well, these two teams met in Cleveland earlier in the year with the Browns coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in Cleveland to complete the season sweep. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing is Jackson. Steps away to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the...
This is caught inside the 15. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. It's a big play there for Baltimore. They'll run with Dobbins. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The Cleveland offense ready to go. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go. 180.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll kick it away for the second time. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
They currently sit one game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. But, Charles, they've been really an up and down.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins.
85 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
Sitting at first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Burrow.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
The Browns on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend as he's on to punt for Cleveland. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return.
And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Jackson.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Greedy Williams picks it off. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
because remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Quick throw, and it's caught by Gallup.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
And he's going to have the hook up to Schwartz.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They give the Chubb out of the gun.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Browns are back within a score. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He's going deep for Brown. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Jackson.
That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Anthony Walker. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Oh, some strong running. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
59 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. Check 52 is the line.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Browns are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission.
And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They go play action with Jackson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field.
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted.
Greedy Williams picks it off.
Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Here we go. Ready?
Let's go. No, check that.
Burrow on play action.
They'll find Schwartz complete right side.
Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And down inside the 15 he goes. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
11, Thomas.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown.
Anthony Schwartz.
In the final seconds of the first half, and the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're down on the scoreboard. Sort of a sloppy first half. And Coach Davis, if you were in the locker room, what would the message have been?
I think I'd have to go with some.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. It's a big play there for Baltimore. A one-handed catch, that's one thing, but with a defender right there, that was a heck of a play.
It used to be that one-handed catch was instinctive in a game. Now it's a practiced move. They work on it before, after, during practice sessions. It becomes part of their repertoire, and it pays off.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Steps away. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
That's going to set them back 5 yards. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. They run it again with Chubb. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Now they go play action now. Burrow. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Over the middle, that's
caught by Schwartz.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he's got some space here. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays. And there's an example of that right there.
Here we go. Hey, can.
Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Browns go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson. He finds his man complete. It's Gardner. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch. You and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
To throw is Jackson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Now it's Jackson. Flush to his, and he's going to go down again. Myles Garrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We've still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his
ears right now. It's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They go play action with Burrow. He's got Njoku, his big tight end.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge. I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
And again, it's Chubb. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 118 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Browns look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably... And my goodness, another interception. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he'll take it across midfield and down the 48-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. First quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game.
And right now they're losing, so no turnovers might lead to no victory.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A give. This is Chubb.
He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Mike six. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And a great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. Second down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
174 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Chubb on the counter, and he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Browns add on to their lead. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. That one looks like he'll throw here. Going for the deep ball. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Play action. It's Burrow. And he fires Here's one that's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. And the Ravens are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got...
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. A sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. And my goodness, another interception. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Browns are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And it is starting to appear, thankfully for them, that this is the week they're going to put it all together and end that long losing streak. They're not home yet, but in control in the fourth quarter. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Burrow. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. You ready for a Captain Obvious comment?
Let's go. Go with it, please.
He had the 5 picks last week. He's got to be much more pleased. Just the 1 interception. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And not only is he pleased, his entire team is. Because throwing those 5 interceptions affects everyone. That's extra work for your defense and not enough possessions for your offense. He's flipped that ratio around in this game.
2nd and 10.
Burrow will throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters.
And the Ravens are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Jackson now. He's going to let it fly. He's got him in. Complete. The 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown.
And the Ravens get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Tucker with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The Browns drive about to get started.
And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand.
Looking long for Westbrook.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again.
Anthony Averett picks it. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept.
Well, he's got to figure something out because formula's not working. A big offensive explosion helped